Hello, my fellow individuals. I am Mr. Mini Mask Man here, and today I'm going to react to Annabelle 2, the official teaser trailer. And obviously, if you've not seen the trailer, please watch it on the original link down below in the description box before you watch this reaction/discussion. So, Annabelle. Obviously, if we remember from the first Conjuring film, that's where they kind of based it, where, there's a scene about the cursed doll of Annabelle, which I think it was based on the Raggedy Ann doll, the real Annabelle doll, and then they made it look more like what do you call those dolls? Porcelain? Is it a porcelain doll? I can't remember, but like they made it like more scary and all that. But anyways, yeah. So then they made the Annabelle movie itself like a spin-off, but just about Annabelle. I saw that movie in theaters with some family. I honestly expected a slightly better, kind of, but I'll be honest, I was actually really disappointed on that movie, on Annabelle. The majority of the movie is just very slow. It dragged and it dragged. The pace was just, and then they try to throw in those little tiny jump scares here and there around like almost 2/3 of the film. Almost around the end, I would say there was only maybe one scene that was kind of like, oh, interesting, where I think it was like the demon or something. It was like the shadow demon with red eyes, like on the stairs, I think, or in the hall. It's been a while since I've seen that one, the movie, but like that one was kind of like, just kind of, oh, but that was it. And then even just, I don't know, it was just heavily, I don't know, it's just the pacing, everything was just not, it was not up there. It was actually, I'm not gonna lie, the majority of the film was just pretty boring, and it followed the usual cliches. Only one person died in that film, and as always, is either some sort of fortune teller, some seance, some priest or priestess, somebody like that. That you always have that one expert of the paranormal or the curses that helps the protagonist, and almost the majority of the times they get killed in the movie. They're like one of the only people that get killed in those horror movies, either around the end by sacrificing themselves to save the protagonist, or somewhere almost around the end where it's like where the curse or the spirits start. That's when everything comes in and they're like the first ones to get killed. Until the protagonists until they figure it out and they seal them away, whatever. But that's how it usually goes, and that's exactly what happened to Annabelle. So besides the cliches, I don't know, it's just the pacing was just extremely slow and it really dragged. So I'm watching this just to see, I don't know if maybe it might convince me. So we'll just give it a shot. I already blabber on quite a bit. So without further ado, let's just watch it right now. Always somehow a kid is involved in this film. Oh, there it is. There we go. Ah, crap, what happened? Coming soon. Alrighty. Okay, so yeah, it was just a teaser itself, so not a legit trailer, obviously. Okay, so far, it's just a teaser. I need to see the trailer, so I can't judge it just yet, but from past experience from previous trailers that I remember, from the first Annabelle, I got what's it called? Apologize for that. I got fooled. I thought like the doll would have a bigger role and such. I mean, I kind of knew the Annabelle doll wasn't gonna be like Chucky or like a reanimated doll that actually walks around and starts killing people and such. I know it's just more a possessed doll. No, it's not a possessed. It's, well, technically yes, but it's like the doll itself is bringing all the evil around it, around the people around them. But it kind of portrays like it's something like the doll will be start moving and such a little bit. It's not gonna walk around and talk, but like the horrors of the doll, where people like saying, "Oh crap, I'm scared of dolls." And this movie is just kind of still paranormal, like with ghosts and all that, and demons, the usual stuff. But the doll is just like the device, the thing that triggers it. So, like what I'm trying to, I don't know. So far, it just seems very, very typical. Nothing new, not really. But it's just a teaser, so I can't, like I said, I can't really say much. But I don't know. It's just something I'm not convinced, because I already learned my lesson from the first one, and I don't know if the second will do better or just as disappointing or even worse, because you know how sequels go usually. Although I have heard that The Conjuring 2 is actually better than the first one in some way. So that's one of the exceptions. I have not seen the second Conjuring film yet. I still need to see it. But But let me see. Okay, I'm trying to recall these movies where it involves dolls or toys and stuff like that came to life in a horror fashion, of course. I mean, there's other genres like comedies and stuff like that happen, like Ted or or Small Soldiers, stuff like that. But let me think. So you got the Chucky films, the Child's Play movies, at least the first three, and then it kind of took a different turn after the fourth and fifth one, and then the sixth one tried to go back to its roots again of the first three. So you got the most well-known ones are the Chucky films. You got, I remember, what was it? Crap. It was it Puppet Master? I think that was the name. It was like, all the little puppets already that started killing people. I remember there's that one you got. I think that was the name. I could be wrong. I know the word puppet was involved. Dead Silence. I did remember that one. That was actually... See, for example, like Dead Silence, I thought it was at least a tad bit... I mean, it's not the best out there. It's not, but it was at least somewhat entertaining and stuff like that when I watched throughout. And the dolls weren't really animated. They're not like Chucky or like in Puppet Master dolls where they're just running around and killing people. So something like that is what I sort of expected from Annabelle. But maybe not to that extreme, because I know Dead Silence was more than one doll and so forth. But just something like that. Well, obviously without going too much at the gore or murder, but more of the horrors and paranormal. Revolving around the doll and, possessions, demon possession, stuff like that, as always. It's what I kind of expected to go that route, but it was just more... I don't know, because even they did try... I remember they did try to showcase the horror of Annabelle. Like, maybe you'll see her move from one spot to another, or I think there was a scene where you hear footsteps, and, stuff like that. But I think they could have done it maybe slightly more better with that. I think just the movie itself, when I saw it, I don't know. It didn't really, get me. It didn't even went to the level where it's like, well, it's okay, I guess. Like a typical cliche horror film. It did follow the cliches, but it dragged on. It was just way too slow. I got bored. I'll be honest. I just got bored with that film. I didn't do anything. Oh, the other one was my boy. Although, or no, not the boy. That's what I was thinking about. Okay, spoilers for if you've not seen that film yet. So spoilers. So from here, just pause it or fast forward probably a couple seconds probably 10 or 20 seconds ahead right now. So the boy, and originally thought it was going to be like a doll, came to life again, but, you know, the twist in the movie that the doll was never real is actually a guy, you know, in the house the whole time. It was just a regular killer. So, but I don't know if I'll count that in there. Technically, but not really, on the boy. So, but see, and the ending of the boy, I would say, is what it caught my interest, because the majority of the movie of the boy, I was kind of feeling the same way. I was kind of like, no, at least I wasn't as bored or dragged on, but I was just kind of like, yeah, it's okay, and I just kind of went with it until the end of that twist is what really got me. I was like, holy crap, and then, you know, stuff happened. So it kind of made me change my mind around the end of the film. It was actually, I thought that was actually an interesting twist that they went with that, and personally, of course. But anyways, so with Annabelle, going back to Annabelle. So, I don't know. Like I said, I'm gonna have to see the official trailer when it comes out soon. Still not convinced. I'm not really that curious to see it because of my experience from the previous one, and then the teaser just seems like it's pulling the same kind of shtick that it always does with the like in the first one's trailers. It did the same thing. You're kind of expecting this, but it ended up being way below your expectations. But yeah, I guess we'll see. We'll see soon enough. Whenever it comes out, it just says coming soon. So I think they're barely in development or production right now. So I assume it'll probably come out maybe sometime next year, or at most the year after. But I assume it's next year when that one comes out. But you know, again, we'll see. So I think that's pretty much all I got to say, at least for this one, for Annabelle. So overall, not really excited, not really looking forward to it, I'll be honest. I'll watch the official trailer and see how that goes. Maybe they'll do something different, maybe. If not, if it's kind of the same thing like then, and I'm just kind of like, yeah, I'm not going to fall for it again. But alrighty, I think that's all I got to say. So if you like this video, you know what to do. And I hope you guys have a nice day.